So, hello children. Once again, welcome to English class. Today we are going to learn about learn about one poem that is of chapter 3, Rain on the Roof. Okay. So, in this poem, the poet is sharing his own experience on a rainy day, and this poem is written by Connie Skinny. Okay. So before start the poem, let me just sharing with some asking you let me ask you some questions. So you know very well when the star is when the sky is covered with full of dark clouds, what happened? What happened when the star is full with covered with dark clouds? So what season is going on? Now it is rainy season. No. So what happened? All over the sky is full of dark clouds. Okay. And how do you feel when you are hearing the sounds of pattering sounds of rain? How do you feel? Do you feel happy or joy? Yes. Many of the children is having very feeling very happy by listening this melodious sounds of the nature. Okay, so let us read the poem and the same experience having same experience have been shared by the poet here in this poem and how he has given the words here in this poem. Let us see. So, Rain on the Roof, written by Court Skinney, is a thoughtful poem in which the poet expresses his thoughts and past memories when the rain pours over his house. The memories are both sweet and sad. They ease him as well as make him sad. So that means in this poet, the in this poem, this poem makes the poet happy as well as sad. Okay, this poem is a mixture of both joy and sorrow. The poem has been divided into three stanzas having 8 lines. So today we will discuss all the three stanzas very clearly and all the difficult words and understanding the meaning of the poem line by line. When the humid shadows hover over all the starry zephyrs and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in the rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. So in this stanza, the poet says, when the shadows means your dark clouds, full of humidity, that means full of moisture, hover over the starry zephyr, that means the sky which is full of stars, and the melancholy matlab sad, the sad darkness sweeps gently in the rainy tears. So the poet feels here very sad that when the dark clouds cover the whole sky, the sad darkness started weeping rainy tears. Okay, and at the same time he feels very joy. He feels bliss. He feels joy. Bliss matlab joy. He feels very joy while putting his head on the pillow of the bed in his chamber in the cottage and listening to the pattering sound of the rain, that is rain droplets when falling over his top of the cottage. Okay, and so here he is explaining his own experience of a rainy night, and according to him he feels very joy while lying on his bed in his cottage and when the clouds spread on the sky and full of stars and it starts raining. Okay, that means when the dark clouds cover the full sky which is full of stars and started raining, that pattering sounds is really very joyful for the poet. And at the same time he also feeling very sad because he is thinking that the dark sky, the darkness, the melancholy side, the darkness started weeping the rainy tears. So the poet loves the sound of rain droplets falling on the roof of his cottage. Now every twinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and a thousand streamy fancies into busy being start, and a thousand recollections weave their anti threads into roof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. So, in this stanza, the poet says that every tinkle, every sound, tinkle means sound of rain droplets on the single means wooden roof of his cottage has an echo. Echo means it creates echo sounds in the heart and the mind of the poet. Okay, and it creates thousands of thoughts. It brings thousands of thoughts to the mind and heart of the poet. Okay, the poet says when he hears the sound of the raindrops, when he hears the sounds of the droplets which is falling on the wooden roof of his cottage, his heart is filled with hundreds of past memories, hundreds of past thoughts, hundreds of loving memories, loving thoughts is recollected. Okay, and in the next line what he said, he says thousands recollections weave their air threads into oof. That means it created new imaginations, it created new memories when he hears the sound of rain droplets on the roof. Okay, now last stanza. Now in memory comes my mother I see used in years gone to regard the darling dreamers, ere left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I list to this refrain, which is played upon the singles by the patter of the rain. So here he is remembering his loving mother who is no more right now and he is missing his mother's love. So what he is saying in this? So in this stanza he says that suddenly the memories of his mother come to his mind and he begins to see her in the same looks which she had many years ago. He remembers how she used to regard means how she used to love her darling dreamers, to kiss her darling dreamer. Darling dreamers means dreamers when you are when you are having dreams, when you are sleeping. So when her sleeping children, including the poet or even okay, when her brothers and sister is going to sleep and his mother used to give her kiss everybody okay, leaving them before to sleep okay. And the poet remember how his mother used to kiss all the children, all his brothers and sister, all his siblings before they going to sleep. And in the next line what he says, he explains that he feels the way they looked at him with love while listening. List means listening to the refrain, that means the repeated sound which is played upon by the singles, by the falling of raindrops. So when these raindrops is falling on these singles on this wooden roof, it is creating different types of feelings on his on the poet's heart and mind. Okay, he feels the way they looked at him. He feels as if his mother is looking at him from the top. Okay, so in other words, the poet is still listening to the sounds of the raindrops falling on the wooden roof of his cottage and feels the love of his mother, which he enjoyed long ago. So here, the emotions of poets seem to be mixed up sorrow and joy, and the poet feels joy when he thinks about his love of his mother, and however at the same time he misses that the love now because his mother is no more, and thus he is sad at the same time. So this is a mixture of sorrow and joy because the poet feels both joy when he think about his mother's love, at the same time he missed her mother's love very much. For that reason he is very sorrow at the same time. So this is a poet of both sorrow and joy. So let us read the question answers. These are some glossaries, so you have to write down all these glossaries in your notebook, and no need to write the poem because no need of memorizing the poem. All these question answer we'll discuss in our next class, and I'll be giving the PDF of all the answers. Only first question let us discuss. What do the following phrases mean to you? Discuss the class. Let us start. So first one, the humid shadows. What is the meaning of this humid shadows? What is the meaning of this humid shadows? Humid shadows. What is the meaning of humid shadows? It means what is the meaning of? I told you in the first stanza it is there. What is that? It means dark clouds. Okay, when the dark clouds cover the dark clouds when covers the sky. Okay, what happens when the dark clouds cover the sky? The humid means the moisture. Okay, moisture shadows. That means dark clouds when cover the whole sky. The sky which is full of stars. What happened? It started raining. Okay, starry surface means the sky which is full of stars. Sky which full of stars. What a bliss. कब उनको अच्छा लगता था? What a bliss. So what a phrase mean to you? Discuss in class. You have to start discussing in the class in our next Google Classroom Meet. We will have a group discussion on these phrases. Okay. So be prepared and come so that I'll ask to each and everybody. So we have a group discussion in our classroom. Okay. Is it okay? So now till then I am concluding here the poem. In my next class I will explain all the question answers. Okay. Thank you very much. Just a minute.